Good afternoon on what is a grey, overcast but changeable day. It is Thursday, the 18th of August. I'm in the reading nook with a nice hot cup of tea. And some parcels to unbox. So the next thing I'm going to get into is this one. Just grab the knife from there. Okay. Inside I have a copy of Duck Pond by Rudy Kraft, published by Judges Guild, and it's a RuneQuest Gateway adventure. Duck Pond, a RuneQuest game aid, a complete campaign adventure pack, fishing and trading village, Duck Pond, and of course Thwack the Duck, who controls the 5 elemental spirits, riches and dooms await all who journey to Duck Pond. So back in the day, Judges Guild was a major publisher. It produced its own content, for example, City State of the Invincible Overlord, and a lot of the supporting content for that, but it also supported the major role-playing games of its day. So lots of content for Dungeons and Dragons, some content for Tunnels and Trolls, quite a bit of content for Traveller. It also did a few titles for RuneQuest. Not all of them very good per se, but then again, that's something you could say of Judges Guild in general. And because their products tended to be, well, best described as cheap and cheerful, with relatively low production values, not always the best writing, and this would be reflected in the product. So for example, this is pretty much standard. It would be rare that you would see this with a product from from Judges Guild with a card cover. It would all be paper. So this actually comes with comes with 2 covers. This is a base cover, and it's actually a price list on the back. So what you actually get is you have black and white colour cover underneath. So okay. Essentially, the Duck Pond is a campaign adventure scenario created and approved for use of RuneQuest TM. It's the RuneQuest supplement Culture Practice necessary to play this product. I would also it's got a dedication to Janelle Jacques as well, and this was published in 1980. And it's essentially, Duck Pond is a small village, trading village, primarily inhabited by humans, there are a few ducks and other races present. So quickly, we've got an explanation of what the adventure is. So it's got a history of Duck Pond, and then a guide to using the scenario. So barring basically the illustration there, presumably got Thwack the Duck, it's going to be quite lightly illustrated. And automatically there's rules for found objects. In every room of building a duck pond, there's a section called entitled Found Objects. So it might be essentially something interesting we found in the room, and if you can't find something interesting, we've got tables for it. So we've got essentially not 1 table, 2 tables, 3 tables. Let's just check. 3 tables, all rolled on a d10. So there we go. That's the first table. Before we get to stats for Thwack, male duck, eccentric shaman, who controls 5 elemental spirits who inhabit this area prior to his coming, and bound into the area until Thwack's death. And you can put him into a mind link with any of the 5 spirits at will. Okay, you can only do so one at a time. But he's got followers too, so you've got full stats for them as well. And these are quite condensed stats. Nothing quite so sort of like expansive as they would be produced today. And then we get into other encounters. So we've got details of Frax elemental spirits. And the newtlings. So there we go. So not just ducks, but newtlings too. And we've got a private trollkin. So a little bit of everything there. You know, got your darkness rune there, water rune involved, party of all Lanthy, so you've got the air rune. So fairly pretty busy, in fact. 3 griffins. So lots of stats to start with. Does feel it's sort of like it's over egging the pudding, or is that the contents of Duck Pond? We've got a wandering disease spirit, a rune lord of Yamalio as well. So quite a busy place. And I'm not even seeing sight of a map yet. Complete with stats, and we've got a carnivorous kangaroo. Really? Where did that come from? Dragon snails. Dream dragons, giant tortoises. And then we've got tables of encounters, and then area descriptions. Again, still no map. I still don't know what I'm looking at here. Hopefully we're going to get it into the middle. Oh, finally we have a map. So oddly, it sort of like feels half settlement, half dungeon, half sort of like village crawl. You know, with all these different factions and groups which sort of like aren't necessarily going to be happy with each other being there. So yeah, and the room descriptions are really quite limited. So you know, that's the entry hall for one building, and then you've got spaces. So quite a clipped thing, and then you've got sort of like room here for the game master to add her own details. And basically just pen in or pencil in sort of like things that change or treasures to be found by rolling on those tables earlier. So yeah, we've also got shacks full of trollkin, a forgotten fort, complete with barracks, and that's really kind of about it. We just sort of like, we finally get into location 100 where you've got Frack's room. Not much in the way necessarily of plot. It seems primarily sort of like an area to be explored. And the thing is, I don't know where you would. It would be interesting to find out where you might put that in Dragon Pass. You need somewhere where it's going to be big enough to have a small lake and a fort and a sizable village with lots of different types of buildings there. Along some kind of forgotten trade route, because clearly if it's got that kind of number of settlements and different types of inhabitants, it feels a bit decidedly abandoned. But yeah, that's Duck Pond by Rudy Kraft. I'm not entirely sure whether I kind of look forward to reviewing that at some point, which I will, but it does feel kind of odd looking at it now. It feels sort of like a cross between a dungeon and a village. But anyway, that's Duck Pond by Rudy Kraft for RuneQuest, or will have been RuneQuest 2, published in 1980. 1980 by Judges Guild. Anyway, hope you have enjoyed this unboxing in the Nook. If you have, then please do click on the like button down below. And of course, if you've got any comments or feedback, appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to yet more unboxings in the Nook, where you'll see me out here with parcel and a book or game which I will unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea. Then please do hit that subscribe button down below. Thanks again for watching. We'll be back again soon with another unboxing of the Nook. Bye for now.